Assalamu alaikum, assalamu alaikum. Welcome, welcome,
Assalamu alaikum,
welcome.
fam.
Yes,
Walaikum,
welcome
walaikum
once
salam.
again to Mind Spark Creations, where we let the spark in our mind create a new reality. That's right. You know how we do it. We got a special guest for y'all today, a very special guest, our big brother over there at Phenomenal Radio, Slatestone, the master MC.
That's right.
Now, we ain't fronting and faking over here. We trying to tell you. We heard some of his stuff. We ain't fronting and faking over here. I'm trying to tell you.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, we want to do a little bit of, we're going to start with a little bit of the theme song, get into some of these promotions. Then we're going to jump right in with our dear brother. All right?
Yes,
So,
sir.
this is another one your brother made. You know, I hope y'all like this one.
Oh, we got a new one on deck.
All right, all right. You know, we got to be kind of smooth around here. All right, we want to give a special shout out today to our brother Slatestone. Thank him so much for being here with us, fam. And we also want to give a special shout out to our big brother, brother Peter Muhammad, for these beautiful flags that he's making available for us. You see that out of Chicago. You see that beautiful Sankofa bird right there. All of these are available to you. There you go. We got the eye horse on deck. You already know. This is the Janame symbol right here. Fear none but God. That's right. That's right. And of course, we got the key of life going on. We got the key of life. And this is a special edition right here. That is the Honorable Elijah Muhammad right there. Beautiful, beautiful flags, family. All right. Turn it down. All right, all right.
I just want to say a little bit about my brother, Brother Peter Muhammad out of Chicago. Not only have I known this brother for over 25 years, but he has been creating and has perfected these beautiful wall plaques. They will last a long, long time, fam. They don't chip and fall apart on you. They will remain beautiful, and just this gloss on it that shellac that he has on it is very, very beautiful. He actually has created, I don't know if you all ever seen the big plaque that Minister Farrakhan holds up with the championship um, belt on the plaque.
That's
But
right.
our brother, Brother Peter, created that. So you know he is producing quality because he also serves the man of God.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's definitely a shout out to our dear brother, Brother Peter. We appreciate his work. We
Yes.
appreciate what he does, and we just want to give some testimony. My wife have had some of his pieces for over 20 years.
That's true.
She's had one of his pieces when he first began for over 20 years. So that's not us saying something. It was on our wall, so we letting you know that this is quality stuff. All right. Well, family, we thank you so much for tuning in with us here at Mind Spark Creations. You know how we do it. We continue to let the spark in our mind create a new reality. And today we got a very, very special guest for us, our dear brother Slatestone. That's right, that's right, that's right. From Phenomenal Radio. This brother doing a lot of different stuff. This brother is also a part of the ABS tribe along with us. All praises due to Allah. You know, and I just, as we get in, I saw this brother's journey. I saw this brother's journey as he was making this journey through the ABS tribe, and I saw my brother and I just started watching his transformation. I'm watching him. I ain't know him beforehand. I ain't saying he was a bad guy, nothing like that, but I'm looking at him. I'm like, okay, okay, okay. Then the next thing I know, brother cut his hair. I said, yeah, I already know what time it is. I know what time it is. Next thing I know, my brother posts messages from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad on this page every day.
That's right.
From that mighty book, Message to the Black Man,
which I read every day, brother.
That's right.
I read it, and it's my inspiration because I don't go and pick up the book, every day, but being able to reflect on the most honorable Elijah Muhammad's words that you really, put on those pages for us.
Yeah.
It really means a lot because it constantly keeps us in mind. And then what's wonderful is that you always choose the articles that are so relevant to what we're dealing with today.
That's right. That's right.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah, and Mentor to the Black Man of all the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's books is, I love all of them, but that one right there was my introduction to the teachers of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. It was Message to the Black Man. Some people came in on How to Eat to Live, others on of America, I See Has Died. But, me personally, Message to the Black Man was the first book that I read, and it's yeah, so okay, there we go. All right, there we go. I got a bob and weave over here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That was the first book that I read was actually Message to the Black Man, and that began my journey, into these teachers, and by God's grace, it's been almost 30 years. Now for my wife, it's been a little bit over 30 years, and we just like to tell anybody on here that if you haven't read Message to the Black Man, you need to read Message to the Black Man. And that's for real. I mean, from the front cover to the last cover, you need to read Message to the Black Man. Every black person should really be required to read it, because it's that kind of book. It's that kind of book that can truly transform your life. It's
Yes,
that
sir.
kind of book. It doesn't matter what your religion is per se. Is more about you. It's more about you and your transformative journey, because surely you could utilize, you could actually use Message to the Black Man as a Christian, a Jew, whatever. You can really utilize it because it's so many things in it, fam. It's so many things in it that if you would just take the time to read it, your life would be transformed. Well, we're not here to talk about Message to the Black Man today. We
Hey,
just like to let out.
it's still that relevant though, where we can
Yes,
talk
sir.
about it.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Yeah, But we got our dear brother right here, Brother Stone. We appreciate this brother for coming in with us. And he could have been anywhere and everywhere, but he decided today to come and hang out with us, and really, really do appreciate that. And this brother taking his time in the early morning, right, to come and sit down and be with us and just talk with us about a wonderful subject called hip hop as a vehicle to transform the world. And I thought that was so befitting because this brother don't have just any kind of radio. He got phenomenal radio, phenom radio. You know what I mean? So with that, to me, that says in my mind that they whole journey is to transform the world with music. Am I right about that?
Yes, sir. You are very correct with that statement right there. And
Yes, sir.
I'm blessed and honored to be here. All praise be to Allah for allowing me to wake up and share this time in the universe with you all, your home, your family, your podcast, the listeners, and just to be here and expound on that. So I'm very thankful.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, brother, we wanna give you an opportunity for you to tell the audience a little bit about who you are in the universe, what it is that you do, and we'll move on from there. So the floor is yours, brother.
Yes, sir. Well, peace and blessings to everyone. Mind Spark Creations. My name is Slatestone Music. That's Slatestone Music anywhere in the Matrix, and the Matrix is online. You can plug that in. I am a MC. I am a Muslim. I am a child of the creator. I am a program director, a MC, a network distribution specialist. I wear many hats in this world, and I have gifts that I'm trying to give out to people. That not from me, but gifts that I've been blessed with to utilize those and share those with people, should I say. So mainly in regards today to Phenom Radio, Phenomenal Radio is an independent music platform where we claim to be, and we are the most versatile hip hop station in the world. We started over 10 years ago online, and our aim was to take the power of the industry, the music industry at that time, and put it in the hands of the independent artists. And one of the main reasons that we wanted to do this was because at that time, 09, 08, of course, I had been in music. It goes back to before, right out of high school. In high school, I recorded my first tape at a studio in the mall, me and a couple other brothers. So hip hop got us early, got me early, and it's a story, but I guess I'll give you a little short version of it. So
Okay.
I grew up in church in a Christian home, and I was called in a sense. I had music was in my blood, just like most of us in the black world. The ability to play music, the talent, sing, all of those things kind of come natural. So at the age of 12, I began playing the organ and picking that up and keyboard at church. So from that point of music in church to being influenced, because like I said, I grew up in a Christian home, so my parents weren't playing what we call the worldly records and things of that nature. So any of that I got from outside. And so
Yes,
and
sir.
so right. So in playing music as a musician, from 12 to about 15, hearing the other outside influences, I would try to by ear take that and play different things, interludes, whatnot, between during offering, at choir practice,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
doing musicians practice. And
Yes,
so
sir.
from that, in high school, from trying to, well, from playing to hearing music, it inspired me to, do rap. Now, I can't say what the first rap song I ever heard. There was no aha moment for me, like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be an MC. I'm going to do hip hop. I'm going to do that. It was just kind of a smooth transition into I was naturally going to do that. So in high school, we recorded our first tape. I remember Wu Tang Triumph being one of the main songs that stuck out to me early, Sugar Hill Gang. Uh, and then so recorded that tape in high school, graduated high school, got into the military in 2000. And then when I got into the Air Force in 2000, I had purchased some equipment, some keyboards, beat machines, so on and so forth. Linked up with a couple other brothers, and we formed a group, and then hip hop began there. So
Okay.
fast forward all the way to 2009. I got out the service in '04, so I did 4 years in the service, and all this time I'm doing music, and I mean real music, real studios, tens of thousands of dollars, uh, thousands of dollars worth of equipment. We was, photo shoots at that time was 1,500, 2,000. We were doing the full shebang, ordering 10,000 units uh, and everything. So got out the service in '04 and was still doing music. Went back to my home record, which was Lubbock, and linked up with my partner now. His name is Slim.
Okay.
He's Phenom Radio co-founder. So anyway, when I linked up with him at this point, I said all that to say we were doing music and making one sheets and demo kits at that time. It wasn't press kits, demo kits, contacting labels, sending out demo CDs, selling CDs, trying to get exposure, get found, get noticed, talent shows, open mics, so on and so forth. But from '04 to '09, which we had traveled different places, different events, different cities, sat with different labels. We start noticing we were putting a whole lot of money in, but getting little return. And we had good music. We had great music, so I believe. And so by that time, when it got to '08, '09, fast forward, um, we realized there weren't a lot of open doors for artists. You know what I mean? It was all of a money game. And this was coming from 2000 up to '09. So for almost 10 years, we have been putting money investing in ourselves, putting money into the game. So '09 came. I was out there grinding. Me and him were grinding. We were just a team. And the radio station there in our city in Lubbock, Texas, about 300,000 people, they had one hip hop station. And while I was in the service, I was traveling back and forth because that was home. And they would let me, I was trying to get my music on the radio at home, and they weren't having it. They weren't playing any independent artists at that time, but they would let me do like the lunch intro, for a radio DJ, or the evening show introduction. So I was doing that for the longest and doing little appearances on the radio, but never got my music online. So anyway, we're grinding out there in the city, pushing units, thousands of units, flyers, shows, just always on the grind. One of the top grinders out there. And one of the radio station, the only hip hop radio station out there, recognized that, and they approached Slim about a radio show. And when he had let them know, like, that's not what I want to do. You know what I mean? That's cool. He's like, but y'all need to mess with Slate. And so they reached out to me, '09, 2010. Well, it's about '08, I'm sorry, about '08, '09. And we did the radio out there. It was the first and only hip hop radio show for independent artists, which was phenomenal radio on Sunday nights from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. It started out as a 1 hour show, ended up being a 2 hour show. I did 6 days a week on the radio for a year and a half, never got paid. That's how they bled me. You know what I mean? Never got paid. They had the number one show out there, but we were doing it for music and hip hop. And then so that phased out in '09. And when that phased out, we jumped right on. We transitioned to Hobbs, New Mexico. They had heard of our show from Texas. They picked us up, and we did Hobbs for about 6 to 8 months. And then during that time, we built our own online platform, which is Phenomenal Radio. And so Phenom Radio we cater to independent artists. We play multiple genres of music. We don't really play classical or like thrash metal. There's a few bluegrass. There's a few we don't play, but we play like classic rock, indie rock. We are a hip hop station though. That's our foundation. R&B, all good music plays on our platform, and that's the thing with radio. You can tap in and hear good music. But now, we know what radio is today. We hear the same songs over and over. It's a payola game, and so Phenom Radio has been around since then, and we help thousands of artists every year. We have 100% independent artists playlists, over 1,000 independent artists in rotation that spend 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and that's pretty much it in a nutshell.
Yes, sir. Right. I have a question.
Go ahead.
Now for Phenom Radio, you say you 24/7?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. So okay, how long you been doing that? When did you all start it?
2010.
2010. Oh, so you all been rolling for 10 years.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Yes, ma'am.
well, that's good, brother, because hearing good music is, not always there. And I mean, even though I go to, what is it, Pandora, I would really love to hear some good hip hop artists. Some, not like you said, the stuff that they playing today. Because I can't get into the what is it called, trap music.
Right.
But I'm old school, so some real good lyrics. That has some meaning to it. Is definitely something. So I think you all's radio station really need to be known to a lot more people out there that really miss good music.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I mean, you know, you traveled a journey of so many artists who got into music. I mean, as far back as like the music industry goes, a lot of our artists, they got into the music world to just do music, and they didn't really necessarily understand the business aspect of music. They didn't understand the business aspect of music. they understood that I wanted to perform. They understood that I wanted to be known. And a lot of our artists, even from way back, they got the fame, a few dollars, but then the record companies ended up with the lion's share of what they did, even to now. Right. If you go back into a lot of our classic songs, they don't even own their own masters and things like that. You know what I mean? So my question is, how important is it as a hip hop artist to really understand the dynamic of the music business? And could you just let us know, how important that is, and why?
Well, you're correct as far as the industry and anyone doing music. If you're watching this, you can definitely research, and I suggest that you do the research for yourself. But the importance of knowing the business that you're getting into is very important. That is the foundation of anything you're trying to have in this industry, especially anything that you're trying to own, because ownership is key. You know, you can have $100 million, but if none of that is yours, and you wearing $100 million and driving all kind of cars and stuff, which is gonna fade out, which is material things, you're gonna be lost out here because you don't own any of that. And while it's very important to answer your question, I want to say that it's very important. But one thing I want to say is, artists, if you look at it, think about it like, here's an example. If if Boss, I'm gonna call the industry Boss, if Boss give you 20 million, what do you think Boss is getting when we know Boss don't give you nothing? We know Boss don't give nobody nothing. We know that they're greedy, and that's what they do. And their track record shows this. If they're giving you 20 million, they probably making 100-fold off of that. You know, 200 million off of you and giving you pennies on what you're worth. So ownership is key. Definitely do your research. Definitely get your paperwork in line, because making a song and going to the studio is a very small portion of your success in this industry. And I've spent tens of thousands, five figures in this music industry as an artist, and recouped uh, a brand name, my name pretty much, and the connections we got from it. Is basically, I own my music, all the music, I own that because we preached that and we taught that. Once we created our platform, we wanted to give the power to the artists, because we were doing our research and realizing that as they were taking our money for press kits and talent shows and events to perform at, and payola on radio to get radio spins, and this DJ and player for this much. We realized it was a money game still, like you're saying, that had transpired from back then till now, even till right now, 2020. So artists, make sure you get your paperwork in line, know what it is you're getting into. They're still taking everything, 360 deals, where they take 360 is full circle. So if you're not familiar with a 360 deal, they'll give you 50,000, 100,000 a sign. Even if they give you $1 million, but by the time they give you that $1 million, you owe more than that. You owe more than that. And so it's cutthroat out there. It's cutthroat. Even today, how the sister mentioned Pandora and iHeart, and these are big platforms, and we hear the term they're independent or independence, but those platforms, I suggest you look into who they're backed by, who supports those platforms, and who's the money behind those platforms, because you have the record labels behind those platforms. You have the same machine and business industry behind those platforms doing the same method on a new company. So like she mentioned, you turn on Pandora or iHeart and you still getting the same thing as if you were getting FM. You're still getting the same music played all the time. Now they have the computer algorithms and programs to put what artists they want to put in front of your screen or on your playlist, or their suggestions, or what they want you to hear, or what they want you to see, or they compile a playlist for you of songs you may have searched and put artists that are similar to that, but they choose who goes on that playlist, so on and so forth. And so
Okay.
it's real deep, as artists, definitely it's harder work and it takes longer to get to that point for yourself, but in the end, it's worth it because you own everything. You put in that work, you went through it, you've seen the ups and downs, you've seen the stresses to it, what is, what isn't, you know how to move, you learned, you gained, and you can't get that by going to somebody and letting them give it to you because they're only going to give you what they want you to have. So it's definitely important.
Right.
Wow. I appreciate what you just said because it made me think about, most things. We don't look further into it. We take this, our enemy on face value, right? And we just trust them so much. So, I mean, when I turn on Pandora radio or iHeart or whatever, I'm not even thinking about the artists that are being left out, And I think about when that whole shenanigans with our sister Cardi B started with WAP, right? And I heard her on the interview said that people buying her music.
Right.
They're not buying the clean artists. They're not buying the conscious minded artist work. So, of course, that speaks to all of us that just accept what's in our face,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but having, and I'm switching, we talking about hip hop and, the vehicle to change. I'm going to change my radio to Phenom Radio because I want to hear the new artists. I want to hear because we know, I'm old school, so we know all the good music from the stylistics and, you know, I'm just saying, we know
Yeah,
that music always and forever, but there are so many great artists that's got so much on their minds today because of the time in which we live in. So to be able to get some of those artists on a regular basis, and allow ourselves to hear something new, something different and not that same old stuff. Not that, because that was some good music. But
right.
I believe that our brothers and sisters today have some good music, but we always say, ain't no good music, ain't no good music, because we keep listening to the same stuff,
Right.
that
Yep.
they pushing in our face, as opposed to looking at the bigger picture and seeing the artist behind that. So I greatly appreciate it, brother. I'm changing my radio station today.
All right.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
And one thing you mentioned, sister, about them keeping it in our face and we not even realizing it, and us saying, "Well, there ain't no good artists out there. There ain't no other good music that's speaking lyrics." I feel that most of all of us should ask the question, "Why is that?" And
Come
as y'all
on
see,
now.
when I post the message to the black man teachings from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, I put at the beginning of that, "Ask questions." You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because why is it we keep a certain music? We only hear a certain kind of music. It's
Right.
programming behind that. It's a reason behind that.
Yeah.
Right.
It's powers with an agenda behind that. Where all those artists that are speaking something different, speaking truth to power, something of informative, something opposite, which is good music, but it ain't talking about killing each other. It ain't
Right.
talking about running women. It ain't talking about killing our, selling dope and destroying our communities and material things over and over and over. Every other word is a cuss word. Every other word is, I'm gonna do this to you. Why is it we only hear that type of music with one type of sound, like you mentioned, the trap sound? I
Right.
understand, I respect it. It's a form of music. It's a part of our culture. But that's not the only part of our culture,
Come on
and
now.
we need to tap into all facets of it. But that's, like I said, when you ask the questions, that's the programming that comes in. The powers that be only want us to hear that and see that because it's doing something to our mind psychologically, that in the subconscious that we're not aware of. And
Mm.
that's, we don't ask the questions. We don't look to listen to something conscious or something that's good, because there's great, phenomenal conscious artists out there that ain't just talking about preaching or black power or this or that. There's great music out there other than what they give us, but we never tap
Right.
in.
That's true,
Yes,
brother.
sir. Yes, sir. it makes me think about Ice Cube shared a interview when NWA first started, before gangster rap really hit hard on the scene. And he said that they brought them in front of a bunch of business executives. The music people were there, but it was all kind of business owners there, including prison owners, and they had them to begin rapping. And then, a lot of them were saying, well, why are you bringing us here to hear that? Why are you bringing us here to hear anything like that? It said, and the answer in short words is because this is the music that's going to funnel the people into your prisons. This is the way we're going to fill the prisons up, based on this kind of music that we're gonna present to the people. I had to look and find the article, but he did talk about that and talked about how the like I said, you had prison owners, all kind of big radio executives and everything. So like you said, this is a program. This is a program. And I heard Dead Prez say in their song, Turn Off the Radio, they said the radio program ain't just a figure of speech. Look how they use music to teach. You see, because your child can recite the latest hip hop song, but if you ask them their ABCs, they won't even know them.
Right.
Or you ask them to count from 1 to 1,000, they won't know that. But they'll know the latest song and the latest dance. And like you said, it's constantly put there because they know the mind is like a printing press. And that which you keep putting in it is going to become a part of who you are. We want to give a shout out to our sister Cody. Excuse me if I pronounced it wrong, brother Robert. We appreciate you all for tuning in. If we missed anybody, we appreciate Sister Charlene is in the house. We appreciate you all for tuning in with us. This is a very important subject, especially if you got young people in your life. Who?
Baby.
Oh, congratulations.
But you know what? Because I just saw his brother who has 2 young boys.
Right.
And so with what's on the radio today, dealing with young people, and how we do have to see hip hop as a vehicle to change. Is it really the type of it's kind of rhetorical, but the type of music that we're allowing our children to listen to? How can the type of hip hop that you play on phenomenal radio different from what is being played on and on regular radio stations, and how do you think that is affecting our children?
It's definitely affecting our children in a major way. And like brother was saying, that there's a program and a system behind it, that is true, that is factual. It can be researched, and it's still popping to this day. It's still active and it's still working. And as we know, hip hop, I'm not sure if it still is, but it was the number one genre a couple years ago in the world. As we turn on these commercials, from McDonald's to cowboy boots to Coca-Cola, it don't matter who's in it. If it's us or not, if it's our color people or not, you hear that hip hop beat, or it doesn't matter what it is, because that's the power in it. And um, real quick, I wanted to say hip hop is a vehicle to change. And one of the reasons is because what I've learned, and I heard this from Sister Asada Shakur, hip hop is a weapon, and it's been weaponized, like Brother Wesley teaches with the marijuana and different things. Hip hop has been weaponized against us when it was created to empower and inform. Now, like you said, even an example with the meeting, it's been used to manipulate the mind, imprint the minds, and affect our youth, keep the prisons full, keep the communities down, keep us not learning, keep us focused on a certain thing, keep us watching and seeing. I see such and such with 50,000 chains on. He got all these cars, waving guns. He don't do this. He don't do that. He don't go to school. He don't work no job. He don't. So, he's one of how many? You know what I mean?
Right.
But our children don't know that. So,
Right.
we have to be aware of that even today. And when it comes to Phenom Radio, me being a program director, there's a couple other sources that can feed music into the station on our team. And all those sources have been with us for years and for a while. But I'm also aware that they don't also, we share the same vision, but we don't all think the same.
Right.
So it is a business. And when you listen to Phenom Radio, you'll hear very few. I'm not saying that our whole playlist out of 1,000 plus artists is just conscious music, all clean, no cursing, no negative message. But what you're going to hear is an independent artist with good, listenable music that can be listened to, and it can pass different demographics as far as age range. And you're going to hear very few records that sound like what you hear in mainstream radio. You're going to hear very few records that's kill this, F that, F this, B, ooh, that she this, she that, he this, kill a brother. No, they killing. You're not going to hear that over
Okay.
here. You know what I mean? Because we set ourselves apart and we pride ourselves on that because, you have to set product separation. We have
Yeah.
so much of that, we're not going to be that. And I think that's what, through God's grace and mercy and favor, that's what allowed Phenom Radio to surpass this many years, to have the reach that we had, to do the things we've done, and to be known for being the most versatile hip hop station in the world for that reason also. So,
And
Yeah.
I'm
when,
gonna help y'all be even more known because I'm gonna
That's right.
promote it. And definitely let people know, about, because I didn't know about it, brother, until we met you, through the ABS tribe, that there were other options like that, because I
yes,
click
ma'am.
on, like so many people, what they put in front of us.
Right.
And I'm guilty of that. So now I got to be part of the change to bring in what I, like you said earlier today, this black world, and that's what it is. We have to really reimagine and recreate what our black world looks like, and not constantly, like my girl Beyonce said, not fit in the frame of
That
the
they
the
created.
picture that they create for us. I'm not saying it
Yeah.
verbatim, but her song, we're so much bigger. And so in creating this black world, we have to bring in a new type of mind.
Right.
And our brother Robert Land was just saying that you have been such a blessing to him, in his life. And so I can only imagine how this has affected so many young people, that now they can not only put their music out there, because it's a lot of artists that's got some, I mean, really nice lyrics, and I hear them occasionally on Facebook. It's like you catch them, but it's no place that I knew of to go and hear them on a regular basis.
Right.
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 Yeah.
So to be able to have that, we're just gonna be part of this change and
Yes, ma'am.
make it known all that we can.
And
Yeah. I mean,
I'm
go
sorry,
ahead.
brother. I definitely appreciate that. Also, uh, on Phenom Radio, we've been blessed and fortunate enough to expand our network to different DJs, thousands of DJs throughout the world. And like I was saying, the DJs, we have DJs that come on our station and they submit a mix because, like I said, in our grind and coming up before we created our radio station, we were paying to get heard here, paying for exposure here, and we weren't able to get reciprocate that energy or those investments, return on investment. But of the DJs at Phenom Radio, if you also tap in, certain times we have mix shows, and there will be DJs. We have a DJ in the UK, one in Canada, Atlanta, from all over. and they'll
Okay.
come on for an hour and they're spinning. You know, you hear the scratching, you hear the elements of hip hop in there, but you
Come
may
on now.
hear, right, you may hear, you know, some of those records that are, you know, on the radio during their show because, you know, that's their business and that's what they do. But as far as our main playlist, you don't get those records at all.
Okay.
Okay. If y'all haven't connected with this brother, y'all might want to. The great Chicago DJ brother Bulu Master.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
if
don't know
y'all don't
about
know
that.
about that brother, y'all need to get up on him. I mean, I'm trying to
Right?
tell you, this brother is phenomenal. He deals with house music, hip hop, all loves. He do it all, brother. This brother's. You can pull up some of his stuff on YouTube. Bulu Master. That
Okay.
brother cold. Yes, sir. He cold, brother. I'm telling you. I'm
Yes, sir.
telling you. He's a big name in Chicago. So if check him out when you get opportunity.
Yes,
You know.
sir.
Um, so now one thing that we wanted to make mention of is that ever since hip hop began, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has really been speaking to the hip hop artists. If you go back as far as basically, I believe the first hip hop convention was called Jack the Rapper. If you go back to Jack the Rapper, I believe it was the first one that they had, and the minister was actually there, and that particular piece is what you hear in Public Enemy's album. It takes a nation a million to hold us back, where he say, you don't use your fame as a DJ to sell drugs and stuff like that. That was from his speech at Jack the Rapper, and the minister have influenced hip hop artists all around the world, even up to the current time. How has the Minister Farrakhan influenced you in now coming into the knowledge of this? How has that made you to realize how important you are as an artist
Mm.
to be able to speak to those whom we as older people may not be able to catch? How important is that to you?
It's very important, and all praise be to Allah. I'm thankful and I'm very blessed to be able to be here with you all and to be processing into the Nation of Islam. I'm very thankful for Master Fard Muhammad, his teachings, Elijah Muhammad, and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And when it comes to Minister Farrakhan, like you said, from the first convention and from you actually put me on the game with Chuck D and the Nation and so on and so forth. Because as much as I thought I knew concerning Public Enemy, that part I did not know about.
Okay.
And so just knowing that from then up until now and hearing the more recent things, you know, especially with Buster got set aflame right now for another wave. But I've seen different clips and meetings and photos with the minister and different artists in the industry. And what I can say is on my journey, I've always been one. I think the creator made me to be one to always have questions and want to know the truth. You know, I wanted to know what was right. And so in hip hop, you know, when it first was created in a sense from what we know it, you know, it's not that old. It's only 30 some odd, 55 years old. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
From what they dated to. And so with it being so young, it's come, it's went through some phases, some transitions.
Yes,
But the
sir.
teachings and the truth has always been in some of those artists in hip hop, as far as lyricism and storytelling and content of worth of people saying something. From what I know, it began for the most part from what it was passed down in the industry in the East Coast. You know, up from up there, and
Yes, sir.
so I've always my ears have always opened up to truth in lyrics or different, you know, other than just the regular. whatever they just, just something to feel good, dance music, rap about regular stuff, funny, whatever. And so when it comes to the teachings of Minister Louis Farrakhan, I'm not sure. It might have been some years ago. I've been following Brother Ben X, and I'm thankful for him. I've been following him for about 4 or 5 years online, and with the minister, I've seen some clips that Ben X shared, but I also seen. I'm not sure, there was a meeting that the minister did. I'm not sure the date with the hip hop industry. There was a more recent one, I think, in the past several years, and he sat in a room and he had all of them in there. And I'm not if this is when he said. I'm not sure if this is when he said this, but the minister did say that one verse, one rap song is worth 100 sermons.
Yes,
You
sir.
know, and
Yes, sir.
that stuck with me. That stuck with me. And so like I'm saying, I've rapped. I've transitioned as a rap artist. I got in and was falsifying. I was rapping the money, cars, and jewels. But now when I say falsifying, we were doing those things, you know what I mean, that we were talking about in a sense, and making money and doing those things, but not to the magnitude as a record would, you would hear on a record as me saying, yeah, we making money, and say I'm making. Anyway, I'm not even gonna go there. But I was one of those artists before, but then it was truth in it. And I always wanted to keep the truth in it because I'm not gonna be lying to nobody. And then here they come out and be like, you've been lying, you've been lying. So I always wanted to keep the truth in there. I wanted to say that. And then knowing and hearing from the minister that the way he expressed that one rap song is worth 100 sermons, it enhanced in me how much how important it is to keep the truth in what you're saying, and how important it is to make sure that you're sharing something informative, something that can help, because it can always be replayed. You're imprinting on somebody, somebody's listening. You don't know who's listening, what they're going through, what you're saying, how that's going to affect them or their life. And with music, hip hop being a vehicle for change, you got to think with the minister, if he says one rap song is worth 100 sermons, you think with music is powerful. The beats, the music, it grabs us. All the science behind the frequencies and the sonic sound
Come on
and
now.
all that. So you have that science or that element while you're making a record, and then you put the truth in there. It's reaching the masses, like you mentioned earlier. Some of our children, or a lot of our children in the black community, can recite a rap song but can't tell you 2 plus 2, can't tell you, can't read or write their name. And that's how
Right.
powerful it is. So imagine if we were in that rap song teaching or giving them light and truth to who they were, or even sparking some of that thought. If even if our
Yeah.
rap song wasn't fully about that, but even if we spark that thought, that's how powerful it is. So when it comes to not that I have to tell anybody that's listening that, because we know that and the minister already said that, but for me, those words from him concerning my music just further let me know to keep on that track and to keep on speaking something, even if it's a song not about empowerment or black empowerment or lift the community or the atrocities of America. If it's just a hip hop song, I still find myself before I write or put that down to make sure that I'm saying something that is worth value, something that's going to impact. So the
Right.
minister is, I love the minister. No one can stop me from doing that. I believe he is uh, our modern day Jesus in a sense. You know what I mean? He, this is, we can look at his track record,
That's
and
right.
look at who he is. Look at his sermons and rap songs and records, if you want to make that analogy.
Come
And he
on
got
now.
thousands of them. So we can either follow that or we can, you know what I mean? So I'd
Uh,
rather be with that.
Yeah.
Go ahead now.
You
Go
can get
ahead.
with this or you can get with that.
Right, right.
Lord,
Exactly.
y'all see Mr. John B.
All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, brother.
All right. The thing that I wanted to talk about is, part of why the rap songs and music in general are so effective. Like, a part of it, like you said, the science is your brain, because like somebody could actually have memory loss, temporary, permanent, or have Alzheimer's. You play one song and they actually remember everything. They can, that song might trigger their memories back
That's
again,
powerful.
and like they start talking and everything. So music is really powerful in that regard. And we actually just read something too from Sister Minister Abraham Muhammad. What's the name of the book?
It's a long title, but
Anyway, it's a book about changing your mindset essentially. And she said that basically whatever words you say, your words actually help to condition how you think.
go ahead.
So when they keep saying, blah blah blah, on, cursing out, because like I'm gonna give you an example when I experienced that. We were at the bowling alley. Everything there was, the modern music that we listen to right now, and you had Jaden Smith, they had gold teeth, gold chains, and then you had this other one where they was just really inappropriate with the women, and I was at some point I was like, I can't do this no more, because then you start feeling it affecting your brain, so you have to get out of that environment and get into a different one. Because I know people say, they just say, like, from what I heard, even at Fort Valley State University, they were like, music is music. The music ain't programming me. I'm good, but that ain't true. The music is programming, right? Because like suddenly you keep saying I'm gonna kill somebody, and then all of a sudden you trying to actually do it, even though you said you weren't.
Right.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
That's
Yes, sir. You're correct. And it's that psychological warfare in the programming, in the science that we're not aware of. We don't know about it. They know about it, so they use it against us, and that's where the weaponization comes in.
yes,
Right.
sir.
So he's definitely right about that.
You
Yes,
know,
sir.
Also,
go
oh,
ahead.
go ahead. I don't know everything. I'm still a student. I have a lot to learn. Knowledge is infinite. We're constantly learning. But if we look into sonic sound, sound frequencies, color
Mm-hmm.
spectrums,
Come on here.
display settings, how
Yeah.
they affect the mind, and look in and just search, whatever our sources are. We go to Google right now because we really don't have any libraries and books and whatnot. But there are patents on those display settings and sound frequencies and waves, certain levels of it that they have patented. And when you find out who the they is and why they have that patented and why they use that, I'm sure you'll find out, how big the machine gets and the programming, how deep it gets. And then when you
Mm-hmm.
see who's behind those patents and why they patented it and why they use it, then it'll open your mind to some of the stuff we're saying here in this broadcast.
Yes, sir. Let me say
Go ahead.
this. Um, you know, it just makes me love this 2020 and the hour that we live in, with God coming in person and giving us this wisdom, right? Because it is opening us up. And what we are doing, brother, what you are doing with Phenomenon or Phenom Radio, and with your presence on the internet, is we're shaping the future.
Y'all still there? It's frozen on my side, brother. Peace. Do you want to tap back in, or do I need to leave the stream? Yeah, yeah. They'll
all right. And there goes my
I know we don't have much time, but because we got caught off right in the middle of what Allah was giving me for us to understand that we truly are the answers
Peace and blessings if you're watching this to everybody. Brother Dawood and my spark is froze on my side.
Our ancestors that will create a new future, a new existence for us. So, that's really what I wanted to share before we were so rudely interrupted.
Yes, ma'am. And I barely heard your last part of it. I don't want to take too much time. I'm very thankful to be here uh, with you all.
Can you send me a
And
little link?
Let me make sure.
Yeah, so it's a real game going on right now with this little outage that's going on, because now our brother is not present, which we just had him
We
on.
just had them on. We was
So
using the hotspot though.
okay.
Okay.
All right. So fam, again, thank you all for your patience. We just got a few more minutes. So if you got any questions,
Okay. Brother trying to come back in.
okay, can you all hear me?
They should be able to hear you. Can everybody hear?
This time it's not us with the technical difficulties. It is truly the internet tripping. And then they did a replay. And we just gonna let our brother finish us up once we get him back on. He can share final words for the show today. And we can't get him back in.
Okay, yeah. Oh, there you go. All right. Yes, sir. Sorry about that, brother. So what we want to do, brother, is that we just want you to go ahead and close us out with some final thoughts. And again, we thank you so much for coming in. We apologize about those technical difficulties. We're gonna have to call the internet people and find out what's going on.
no problem. Once again, peace, blessings, love, light, God's strength and favor, Allah's strength and favor be with Mind Spark Creations, your household, your family, all the listeners, everyone who was inspired or learned something new, even those that were on here for negative reasons. I'm thankful for the Nation of Islam. I'm thankful for Master Fard Muhammad, Elijah Muhammad, and Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Make sure that you tap into the Nation of Islam if you're seeking truth, justice, freedom, equality, all that. As a nation and as a unit of Black people, I suggest you go there. When it comes to music online and you're looking for something different, something new, independent artists playing different music, a different flavor other than what's out there, follow at Phenom Radio, listen to at Phenom Radio. Uh, Ask Alexa to play Phenomenal Radio, or on your Google search, type in Phenomenal Radio or SoundCloud Phenom Radio. Tune in, tune in audio, get the app, search Phenomenal Radio anywhere online, you'll find us and tap in with us. PhenomRadio.com is our link. We're currently working on a new site and a new landing page, but you can find us online. Hashtag the 1000 Network. We are the most versatile hip hop station in the world, and definitely build with us. Make sure you follow the ABS Tribe, Brother Ben X, Jake Taylor Jacobs, Sabrina Kane Swerk Mob, Young Condon. Tap in with us, get started. NetworkABS.com, the ABS Tribe Network. And I'm just thankful. So y'all be blessed, brother Dawood and sister Queen Rap, your whole family, your whole household.
Same to you, brother. We apologize. We're gonna have to do this again another time, but I think we dropped enough jewels on here and enough for people to think about as they get into the music business, that it is a business and basically kind of how they mind should be focused. You just have to realize the power of your word. Sister Ava, like brother was saying, she said that our words actually shape our thoughts. So, with that being said, the reality is that if it shapes your thoughts and other people are hearing, it shapes theirs too.
Right.
And so you can't wonder why somebody ran up on you and pulled a gun out if that's all you was talking about. Because it says that if you live by the sword, you die by the sword. So
Right.
you preaching that, and then you wondering why you got problems, and everybody showing up. They want to do something to you. That's what you teaching.
Right.
That's what you
Yes.
teaching. Well, we thank you so much again,
Yes.
brother,
Thank
for
you.
coming
Yes,
on
sir.
with
Thank
us.
you
Thank
for
you.
giving us this radio
Yeah,
station.
that's right. We gonna go to Phenom Radio, brother, and
Thank
check
you.
y'all out. We gonna
Yes, sir.
definitely check you out.
Look, are you working on the app?
Are
Yes,
you
ma'am.
working on? Okay, for the
Yes,
radio
ma'am.
station.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Right now, you
Awesome.
can actually you can get us by app on TuneIn Radio. Just download TuneIn Radio, and when
Okay.
you download the app, type in Phenomenal Radio, and you can stream us for free.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm
Oh,
talking
cool.
about.
That's what I'm
Put that
talking about.
in the chat so
Yeah,
that everybody can have that
yeah. If you
information.
can put
Okay.
that in there
Yes,
so that
ma'am.
we can get y'all more listeners. We thank you so much again, brother, for being here with us. We thank you for your time. We appreciate your words. If you ever want us to come on one of your podcasts, we right here for you. Okay.
Yes, sir. I will. I will. I'll be tapping in with y'all soon. I appreciate it. Much love.
All
Yes,
right.
sir. Peace and love,
Peace, brother.
brother.
Thank
All
you.
right. Peace and
Thank you.
blessings. Thank you. Thank you.
Salam alaikum.
Like
Salam
Islam.
alaikum. Thank you so much, fam. It has truly been an honor and a challenge today with this internet at the end. So I hope if you missed anything, you were able to come back and tune back in with us and get the whole and the final, words of today's beautiful show on
All right.
God's Spark Creation.
All right, family. So once again, we want to just give a shout out to our brother Peter, with what it is that he's doing. Show y'all some of those beautiful flags again. On our store at s.com/.
Or feel free to DM us too.
Feel free to direct message us. We got different available for you, each one. We just going to talk just for a quick second. The Sankofa bird is an icon symbol that teaches us to remember our past, to remember our traditions, to remember our culture. That's what the Sankofa bird is about. Of course, we got the Honorable Elijah Muhammad right there, and you should have that in your home. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad is truly a Renaissance man. That if you speak in Black theology today, it is because of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Now, that's the eye of Horus, the all-seeing eye. For those of you who may not know, keep your mind sharp. This is another icon symbol that is called Janame, which means to fear none but God. To fear none but God. And this is the key of life, or they call it the Ankh, the key of life. Right here, it represents knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. It represents man, woman, and child. It represents eternity. That's what this is actually all about.
The key to
The key to
eternity.
eternity is man, woman, and child, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
Now these come in this beautiful brown. I hope you all can see that. The wood is very beautiful. Each one is unique and different. We have it in black and the red, black, and green. The Sankofa bird, we actually have that one. We have black, brown, and gold
Mm-hmm.
on that one. So right now we do have a limited supply. So you want to make sure that you get in and get yours. All right, they are very reasonably priced. So DM us and we will get yours to you ASAP.
That's right. We're
And
gonna
this supports our brother in Chicago. Like I said, Brother Peter, this is one of the things that we do on Mind Spark Creations is we support as many of our brothers and sisters as we can. We really want to be the Black Walmart, the Black world, right? Where you can come to Mind Spark Creations on our Etsy page or any of our pages and be able to support Black artists,
that's
to
right.
be able to support those in the community that are doing positive things in order to help us move to that next level. Okay, so we got toothpaste, we got toothbrushes by a black dentist. Okay, we got dishwashing, laundry detergent by our brothers, right? So we're constantly increasing our inventory so that you will have that one stop shop in order to be able to come and get products, knowing that you are supporting those other Black businesses as well as Mind Spark Creation. Because, here, one of the greatest things that we're doing is Love My Kidneys Foundation. We are in the process of establishing a foundation that is going to help many people have the opportunity to get herbs that they normally would not be able to afford, to be able to go see naturopathic doctors, to be able to go and get some acupuncture. These are the desires that we have to help others because it has helped me in my process of healing from kidney disease. So, in a very short period of time, it's 9:40. So at 10:30, we are going to go into Love My Kidneys. Okay, so you'll be able to go over there to Love My Kidneys and tune in with us, where our subject today is
It takes
takes
a
a lot
lot
of
of love.
love. All right, I even wore my love earrings, y'all. I got my love earrings on, so we're going to talk about it. It takes a lot of love, to heal from the condition that we are in as a people, because the dis-ease is not always diagnosed with a name, but we know our community is in dis-ease. So let's come on over at 10:30 and have a conversation about it takes a lot of love. Okay.
And thank everybody for tuning in. You could have been anywhere and everywhere. We really do appreciate you all. We want to let you know that God loves you most of all and first and foremost. But we love you too, and
Yes.
there's nothing you can do about that. And along with that, family, we want you to continue to let the spark
In
in
your
your
mind,
mind
create
create
a
a
new
new
reality.
reality. Thank you so much. Thank you for sticking in with us even through our technical difficulties. God willing, we'll have won't have that many technical difficulties next show. So again, come on and join us again. And it takes a lot of love on Love My Kidneys at 10:30 our time. So it is right now
9:42.
our time. It is 9:42. So in just a short while. So come on over and be with us as we talk about it takes a lot of love. All right, family love. You have a blessed rest of your day. Remember to be the best you can be. And we'll see you again tomorrow.
Yes, Wi-Fi back on, and the